Everybody knows what boxing is. But if you don't, let me just explain it to you briefly. It's a sport where you wear boxing gloves, which are just big punching gloves, and you just punch each other. Pretty much what boxing is. But the other side of boxing that people don't really know is the fact that people have to train so freaking hard. Okay? We have to train our asses off to do this. Most of boxing is training. Like 95% of boxing is training, the other 5% is sparring. And sometimes that sparring is professional fighting. And I've actually been in boxing for like 2 years. I'd like to share with you what boxing has taught me as a person. So let's go back a few years. I wanted to be a basketball player, and I actually auditioned for the IBT, which is a basketball training group specifically, for like teenagers and kids and all that stuff. It's like a youth basketball program. That's basically what it is. So I joined and I started training a lot. Like I had some really good coaches in there and I really appreciated it. Throughout my career, I've sweat a lot. I've been in non-air conditioned rooms and I was just playing basketball, playing with teams. I was like playing scramble a lot, practicing lots of drills. In my opinion, I was extremely good at drills, especially when you went back and forth with the ball between your legs. I was supreme at that against anybody. When it came to actual playing, actual teams, I sucked. I did not score anything, and I sure as hell didn't block anything. I was just kind of like running around, trying to do something or pretend like I was doing something, but I was really trying. But I just really sucked at basketball. That doesn't mean I didn't want to be a basketball player. I still like basketball a lot. It turns out basketball wasn't exactly my kind of sport. It wasn't because of height, by the way. I was playing against people who were really short, but they were really fast. Like a bunch of Steph Currys out there. At that time, I was kind of losing faith in my, sportsmanship because I was really good at exercising, but I wasn't really good at ball sports. Unless if you counted golfing, I'm a pretty good golfer myself. I'm trying to learn it for business purposes. When it comes to vigorous ball sports, maybe not right now, but I'm trying. So then I eventually get into this martial arts called Kung Fu. Now, Kung Fu is basically it's an ancient Chinese practice where it's, partially spiritual and it's also partially fighting. A lot of stretching involved, a lot of drills involved. It was pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty tough in both contexts. I had a kung fu outfit, which I think I looked pretty tough in. It was pretty badass, I think, to be in kung fu. I never tried karate, but Kung Fu was kind of the you-know-what, so I really liked Kung Fu for that period of time. I eventually lost interest in it because, we were kind of doing the same things over and over and again, and at the time I just wasn't patient about my sports. Until I watched the Rocky movies. If you don't know what the Rocky movies are, there is a guy based off of a real boxer, and this guy is called Rocky Balboa, played by the one and only Sylvester Stallone. It's the movies that actually got him successful. One of the most iconic movies of all time, especially American movies. It was a 5-part series where this guy named Rocky grew up in the slums. He was just, trying to box for fun. And he eventually battles this guy named Apollo Creed. He was a very likable antagonist, by the way. Spoiler alert, they tie in the first one. And they eventually battle it out and they go through some more adventures to become friends and all that stuff. It was cool. The writing was awesome. The music was awesome. And it just really kind of got me pumped up for boxing. So I signed up for the nearest boxing club and I decided, let's start training. And then we start and I get into this personal training and group training at the same time. And I was like pretty good at it. It was pretty intense. And it never really got any less intense at that. It never got any easier for me, but it was pretty awesome to do. Over the span of a few years, I really felt like I was doing something. So eventually I got to my first spar, which was one of the coaches, the group trainer. He was at the boxing club, and he was gonna do this thing where he sparred every single person that wanted to spar with him for a day. And he did that. He was doing it, he followed through with it. It was kind of tough. I went to the ring for the first time ever, and I'm pretty sure you know what happened. I did not win the fight, even though the coach has battled like 60 people before without really taking many breaks. I didn't have much out there, so he got me. And I eventually just kept on training. I left for a while, then I came back, and I just feel better than ever. If there has to be a moral, then let's just say, don't give up on sports. If you don't happen to be good at a certain sport, try something else. Like, just keep on trying until you become successful at something. So that's pretty much the video. Hope you enjoyed my rants, and I'll see you all in the next time.